meeting of the Ann Arbor Public School Board of Education to order at 7:15 p.m. Ms. Ozinski, may we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Mohammed.
Here.
Vice President Schmidt.
Present.
Trustee Wilkerson.
Present.
Trustee Wilkins. Trustee Wilkes.
Present.
Trustee Basquette.
Yes.
And President Feaster.
Here. I believe that moves us down to introducing the non-voting member at the table. The board would like to introduce Superintendent of Schools, Jazz Parks.
Good evening, thank you.
I believe that moves us down to approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I would like to add something,
Okay.
so if possible, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase this.
All right, all ears.
So during the bond committee meeting, we covered a lot of different items, and I wanted to possibly add the boiler at Allen. So some items that we could possibly, if we could possibly approve those items tonight.
Okay.
Do I need to go down specifically each item?
We could do that after first briefing.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, the board can decide at that point to move for action on whatever items.
Okay.
So between 10 and 11,
You don't need to adjust the agenda,
Oh,
really.
yeah. Okay.
Just the board can, after the first briefing of the item, the board can decide
We can move
if
it to
it's
board.
satisfied with their
Gotcha.
information, they can move it on to action.
Okay,
so
great.
10.1, we can discuss it then and then move it. All right,
Okay, thank you, President Feaster and Ms. Osinski.
thank you. Given that, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved?
Second.
Moved by Trustee Schmidt, supported by Trustee Wilkerson. Any discussion? Ms. Ozinski, please.
Trustee Basquette.
Yes.
President Feaster.
Yes.
Trustee Mohammed.
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
Trustee Wilkerson.
Yes.
Trustee Wilkes.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. I believe that brings us down to special recognition, and I will turn it over to Superintendent Parks.
Thank you, President Feaster. It is with sadness that we unfortunately again have a special recognition to pay tribute to a former member of our leadership team, Dr. Amina Allen, who passed away on August 2nd, 2025. Dr. Allen passed away after a short battle with a medical illness. She served as the 9th grade dean at Skyline High School from September of 2017 to August of 2021, at which time she transitioned to Pathways to Success as the assistant dean until this time last year, where she was afforded an opportunity to become a lead administrator at the Saline Alternative High School. So she has only been gone from us for just a short while, a little under a year. Dr. Allen leaves to cherish her memory her beloved daughter Savannah Allen, her parents Stephen Allen and Deborah Zaki, siblings Judith Oxley, Stacy Ward, Moses Allen, and Eugenia Allen, and many nieces and nephews. Dr. Allen served her life as an educator and was a devoted mother, daughter, sister, and aunt. She will be remembered for her humor, her kindness, her acceptance, her fierce advocacy for students, and her spirit. Dr. Allen was a very special person who will be dearly missed. So please join me in a moment of silence in tribute to Dr. Amina Allen.
Thank you. I believe that brings us down to number 4, public commentary. Public stakeholders will have an opportunity to address the Board of Education. As per board policy, each speaker will be granted up to 4 minutes, with no more than 45 minutes allowed for the public commentary period. Ms. Ozinski, how many sign-ups do we have for this evening?
We have no signups for public commentary for this meeting.
Okay, that is a first. Okay. All right, then that will move us all the way down to first briefing, I believe. I will turn it over to Superintendent Parks, and we can, I guess, go start at 5.1 and move down.
So do we want to skip the board committee reports?
Our community feedback.
That's next on the agenda that I have is first
sorry.
briefing and community report.
There is some community feedback that I have attached. One person did add something. And there is no one here for the AAEA report, and we have no community group reports.
Okay.
So we would go next to community, board
Can
committee
we do,
reports.
if it's okay, if we could do the board committee
You wanna do that
reports?
first? Okay.
Okay.
We'll do we'll do number 8, board committee reports first, and we'll jump to 8.1, which is the Equity and Inclusion Committee, and the chair is Trustee Muhammad. I'll turn it over to her.
So yeah, during the committee meeting, I know we talked about the disciplinary reports and more further deep look at the disciplinary report. I'm hoping that we can share that with the rest of the board and maybe even present it, maybe at a future meeting. But we looked at the different subgroups the student groups that that was presented previously, but looked at the data per student rather than based on the number of discipline. So it was depending on the student, not just the percentage overall for the number of disciplines. And then during that meeting, Superintendent Parks did go through that there is a group that is in formation to address some of the disciplinary data that we did go through. So I'm hoping at least we can at least share that data to the rest of the board.
Thank you, Trustee Muhammad. Any questions, trustees? Seeing none, I'll move down to the Executive Committee report under 8.2, and the chair is myself. We met on August the 8th. We had a brief meeting to set the agenda for tonight. We also discussed the agenda items that were requested by trustees, including the cell phone policy. There is some information that is coming forward based on a pilot we did at Skyline High School. Once that has been codified and is prepared to be presented, the executive committee will discuss adding that to the agenda so that we have some context and background as to where we stand and where we want to go from here.
Yeah, I would just clarify that pilot was performed last year.
Last year,
at
yes.
Skyline.
Yes, last year at Skyline. I believe we're awaiting some data and reports from that pilot. All right, seeing no questions, I believe Superintendent Parks wanted me to go to the information section.
Yep.
Okay, so we're moving down to number 9, and that will be the superintendent update.
Just a few brief updates as we are in the final crunch towards the start of the school year. Last week, we welcomed back our building leaders and our district leaders for a week of professional development and learning. Our focus was on engaging, energizing, and elevating for the school year ahead. Our leaders brought their excitement and enthusiasm as we prepared to do the things that we all do behind the scenes to make sure we are ready to go for our staff to return, which this week our new staff and new teachers reported for new teacher, new staff orientation. Yesterday they kicked off day 1. They were here again for day 2. So this week is designed to provide them with tools and resources and connections so that they can thrive in their new roles. They play a critical role in shaping the experience and success of our students, and it is deeply valued. They are deeply valued. So we're excited to be able to welcome and support them as they begin their journey here in Ann Arbor Public Schools. Next week, we welcome back our staff at large for professional learning, setting up their classroom, and doing all the things to prepare for students to walk through the school doors on August 25th. And leading up to day 1, schools are in the process of hosting registration days, popsicles on the playground, deploying technology. They are working to complete class lists and enrollment and balance class and finalize our facilities as it relates to custodial and inside and outside of our buildings. So we're just excited as we see these things taking shape and know that everything will be in order for our students and families to join us on August 25th for the first day of school. And with that, that is just a brief update this week.
A question from Trustee Schmidt.
So I know over the last 2 years, or 2 or 3 starts, that board members tried to go to different schools to welcome people, and is the invitation still there?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'd encourage everybody, if you haven't done it, I know I go back to
It's a lot of
Scarlet
fun.
because I'm part of the Scarlet Nation, but it's really fun to be there and just, there's always something for you to do. They need a human body that's adult to cover this or cover that, and you get to see all the excitement of the parents and the kids. And, you know, I did traffic control for a while and then moved into the lobby, so I'd encourage you to do that.
So quick clarification. So the first day of school or when the staff comes back?
With the kids.
With the kids, okay.
August 25th.
Okay, got it.
Sounds awesome. Thank you. Was there anything additional under 9.2?
Yep, 9.2, that is just the summer 2025 expenditure and hiring authority that trustees authorized for me back in June. And this is just a formal confirmation that there were no purchasing or hiring that was completed pertaining to the authorization.
Any question? Trustee Wilkerson?
Clarification, does this end the authorization
Yes.
as well? Okay, thank you.
So the authorization is now closed.
Yep.
There were no expenditures. Any questions? All right. Seeing none, I think that moves us down to number 10, which is first briefing.
All right. Thank you very much. We have the capital programs team, I believe it's Ms. Corona, coming forward with items that were shared earlier this evening at the bond committee. There she is.
You didn't think we'd be that quick, huh?
That's amazing.
All right.
Good evening, trustees, Superintendent Parks. Our first one, I believe, is Abbott?
Alan,
Sorry.
Boyler.
First one is our Allen boiler replacement. During this summer, we went to do routine maintenance, discovered that the boiler is finally exhausted. It's the original 1961 boiler. There's only so many times we can resuscitate it. It's done. We need to order a new one. And so we did get competitive bids to replace the boiler system. We're looking to have that work completed this fall. It does have a 24-month warranty on labor and equipment, which is standard. The work will occur while school is in session. Most of the work will be confined to the boiler room. Any work that may be potentially disruptive will be coordinated with the principal to make sure that that work occurs either off hours or that at least there's a coordination with any disruptions that may occur. Working hours will be from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the intent is we have to get this boiler in before heating season. So, any questions?
Trustee Basket?
Thank you. We discussed in the bond committee meeting the possibility of doing an approval to give you 2 more weeks to order the equipment. Would that be helpful?
That would be very helpful. Right now, time is not on our side.
And you know Michigan weather. We never know when it's going to get cold.
90 today, snow tomorrow.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion on that? I believe Trustee Wilkes wanted to move that to the...
Yes, I would like to move this up so that we could possibly move it along so that we can get this boiler before it gets cold and get it a lot sooner.
So your motion is to add it to the consent agenda?
I would like to move to add to the consent agenda.
Or should it be under board action, Ms. Ozinski?
I don't have to make a move, no motion.
Okay, all right.
But that's precisely what I would like to do, to move it up.
All right. Thank you very much.
So again, Ms. Corona, this won't disrupt the school day. You said it's from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., the work that will be mostly confined to the boiler room?
To the boiler room, yeah. So the work will be confined to the boiler room. The boiler room is located to the end of the school, so the workers will come in through a separate entrance. And as always, all of our workers have a background check when they come onto our school sites.
Okay, any idea how long this work will take? Are we talking weeks?
It's weeks.
Weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to probably take approximately 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
So that's why we said time is
Get this going
Yeah.
time is ticking.
Got it. Got
at
it.
any moment.
All right. Anything else, trustees, on that? Seeing none, will that bring us down to 10.2, which is AN 2234, Abbott Playground Equipment?
Yes, thank you. So Abbott Elementary actually went back and looked earlier this spring. The board actually approved for playground equipment at Abbott for another piece of equipment. There's actually 3 separate playgrounds there. So the one for Abbott from earlier is actually going to be coming in by 8/29, so by August 29th. So we're going to look to replace that piece of equipment, which is on the north side of the building. This one here is for the east side of the building. And that equipment is looking to be installed in October. So we just confirmed with the installer. So
In October.
that equipment has a 15-year warranty to it. It is an all equipment that is purchased meets ADA requirements. So
Trustee Schmidt?
I know that voting on it tonight will also help get this moving.
yes.
So I would recommend, if it's the pleasure of the board, to move that also to the consent agenda.
Quick question. So I know there was a question during the bond committee meeting regarding ADA compliance.
Yes.
Were we able to
Yes, this
Get
meets
a
ADA
response?
compliance. Yes.
It is. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. And all equipment that the district purchases meets ADA requirements.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Seeing no other questions, I think that moves us down to 10.3, AN 2238, Scarlet Middle School Cafeteria Table Replacement.
Thank you. Yes. Scarlet Middle School needs new cafeteria tables. They are becoming fatigued. The decision, we're looking to do 28 new folding cafeteria tables. Any of the tables that are still good would be relocated to other schools that maybe have damaged tables or tables that now need to be taken out of circulation. Scarlet right now has had the air conditioning and lighting project. They're going through the flooring and painting right now. And so we decided that this would be the school that gets the new cafeteria tables. All schools will eventually get new tables and new furniture. It's just, this will be the first in the line to get them. And then, like I said, any tables that are still good will be relocated to other schools that need where they have damaged tables and need to be replaced. But we wanted to keep all the tables looking the same, so they're not 2 different types or 3 different types of tables. So.
Thank you. Trustee Wilkes?
Yep. So if possible, after all the questions have been asked, I would like to try to expedite this as well. School is starting in a matter of weeks, right? So, and I just would like to move this to the consent agenda if the board agrees with that.
I do have one question on this one. So looking at these tables and being in our schools, I do see that these have bench seats.
They do.
Is that standard for our middle schools? I know a lot of our schools have like circular tables with round individualized seats. So just wanted to see if anyone could speak to that.
I'm going to
Could
let
we get the
Mr. Rice
picture?
speak to that.
Ms. Osinski?
That's a very good
Mr.
question.
Cooley? Thank you.
Thank you.
After talking with the principal, Gerald Vasquez, he suggested that they have the circular seats now. The kids have a tendency to rock back and forth, which breaks the pendulum. So he
And middle schoolers.
So he was, I know, they find ways to break things. So he said that he'd be happy with just the bench style.
Okay, no, that's helpful.
It's good to know.
If there are no other questions or comments, that brings us down to 10.4, AN 2239, AT opening Arbor White Elementary Building, envelope repairs.
Yes, thank you. So this is for continuing envelope repairs as we're going to all of our schools. If some of you remember, we've already been at Tappan, Scarlet, Huron. We had a big repair over there. We have been to several schools already. These two are the next in line for our repairs. Our envelope repairs consist of masonry repair, tuck pointing, maybe some brick replacement that needs to occur. Door frames, our door frames are set in masonry. They're not easily removed. They have to be cut out and then regrouted back in. So it's not something that we can do very quickly. And then also door replacement. I'm sure you've seen some of our schools have rotted out frames, but the doors are new. So this gets the doors and the frames replaced. Also, for any of our entrance systems where there's glass, we're also looking to replace those where salt and Michigan weather has basically deteriorated them. So this work will start on the most critical items this fall, but most of this work is scheduled for next spring and summer. So we do like to try to get ahead of the labor force and get ourselves in line before everybody else, before next summer. So this is just an effort for us to do that.
Any questions on this item? All right, seeing none. That moves us down to 10.5, AN 2235, New Mitchell Elementary Trade Contracts, Part 4.
Excuse me, yes. So I would like to say this is the last, but we still have furniture. So, but this is the acoustic ceiling, carpet resilient flooring, signage, wood flooring, educational casework, and that's casework that's built in, not necessarily loose furniture that we would purchase. Roller shades, the low voltage electrical, which we have a lot of technology, and landscaping. And landscaping, it's not just trees and shrubs, it's also the bioswales, anything for stormwater. And I had mentioned this during the bond committee meeting, but think of it this way. Anything below the ground for stormwater is with the site work contractor, earthwork contractor, but anything above, it would be for the landscape contractor to deal with. So,
Thank you very much. And if there are no questions, I bring Trustee Mohammed.
So I don't know if this was asked at the bond committee meeting, but I know one of the trustees that wasn't here, and I have a similar question. Were the acoustical ceilings, did you consult with the music teacher group?
we did cover that, and so we did not talk to the music group about the acoustic ceilings.
Okay.
Just wasn't brought up, but we also stated it's early on, we haven't bought anything yet, so we can talk to them, and if there's some things they'd like us to consider, we can still do that.
Okay, thank you.
If there's nothing else, I believe that brings us down to 10.6, AN 2236, Lawson Middle School Major Renovation Trade Contracts, Part 3.
Thank you. So this is an important one. This is the concrete foundations, the slab on grade, and the slab on deck. So concrete slabs on grade is anything that's like on the ground, on the dirt. Anything concrete slabs on deck is anything on a second floor that sits on a steel or cross CLT deck or a wood deck. So this has gone out for rebid a couple times. We had gotten some additional information in regards to structural. We wanted to get good pricing, so I think this went out probably 2 or 3 times now. But we got good bids and some solid numbers, so that's why it's coming to you today. Signage and then bleachers. Bleachers is a long lead item, so we want to get those ordered. Any questions?
Seeing Trustee Schmidt.
So I know that environmentally speaking, people are always concerned about the use of cement, but I know at this project there was an effort to use timber. What did you call it?
It's CLT or
Yeah. And so as a whole project, there has been an effort, even though this concrete is going to be in this project, there's been an effort to try to use other materials also that would fix carbon, correct?
That is correct, yeah. And we still have to, even though we're using a mass timber, we still have to meet, fire rating requirements. We still have to, there's still some structural issues. And obviously our students aren't going to walk on wood floors. So there's just some things that need to happen here with the concrete. It's a necessity if we're going to build a school that's going to last us for years and years to come. So,
Thank you.
Seeing nothing else, I believe that brings us down to second briefing. 11.1, Policy 1500, Graduation Requirement Update.
There have been no changes since first briefing. There was a question during first briefing as to what languages the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, was available in. And so we have looked into that, and the FAFSA is available in both English and Spanish, but federal student aid says they offer interpretation services and support 11 other languages commonly spoken in the United States also.
Okay. Any questions based on that? Or any questions at all?
Well, I had a question regarding the wording of the policy.
Okay.
Let's see. So the requirement policy wording, there's actually a correction that needs to be made. The acronym FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It currently says Federal Application for Student Assistance. So we need to correct that.
Thank you.
So
We will
again,
make
so
that
the
correction.
acronym stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid.
Thank you. We will make that correction.
Yeah, absolutely. And one other thing about the policy. So is this new policy only impacting the class of 2026? Or should it say starting with the class of 2026?
We drafted it that way because we only intend for it to impact 2026 as
Only
of
for
right
2026.
The grant is only for 1 year.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay.
now. Obviously, that can be amended if the grant is extended.
Okay. Got it.
Good question, though.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay. Seeing no other questions or comments, I believe that moves us down to number 12, which is the consent agenda, if I'm not mistaken. Ms. Ozinski, did you want to read the consent agenda with those 3 additional items added, 10.1, 10.2, and 10.3, please?
Sure will. Consent agenda, policy 5050, graduation requirements update. AN-2227, Allen boiler repair and replacement. AN-2234, Abbott playground equipment. AN-2238, Scarlett Middle School cafeteria table replacement. Approved minutes of the July 30th, 2025 regular meeting. Approved minutes of the July 30th, 2025 closed session as presented, as amended. And to approve a closed session on August 27th at 6 p.m. for the purpose of attorney-client privilege and superintendent evaluation.
Thank you, Ms. Ozinski. What I will state is, before I ask if there's anybody who wants to withdraw anything, I am not going to ask to withdraw anything, but I do want us to be cautious about adding items from first briefing to the consent agenda. I think that we shouldn't bypass our policies unless there's a substantial need, and I think that we have a two-policy system for a reason. We want to give the community a chance to give feedback, and we want to make sure that all trustees have a chance to weigh in. We are missing a trustee tonight. So the only item that I saw that was a priority was the boiler, but I'm not going to make a big fuss about it. So that's where I stand on that. Yes.
I will say that our missing trustee expressed in an email to me, I don't know if the rest of you, that she was interested if these things were timely, and it was helpful that she would be in favor of that, but she is not here to speak for herself.
Yes.
But I read that as well in her email.
Trustee Basket?
I will confirm that as well. I also, though, want to Oh, no, I can't get back to it. I appreciate your comments, President Feaster, but with the boiler, the playground equipment, and the cafeteria, I do think there's more of an urgency. I do not think the community will, again, I have no data to prove this, will contest the need and more immediate need for a boiler, playground equipment, and I will say cafeterias, tables. Although the cafeteria, the children, the students will have tables, as we stressed in the bond committee. They won't be the new tables, but the tables are usable. So, I mean, I can understand pausing on that. But the first two, I think, I do have more of a sense of an urgency. And again, knowing Michigan weather, and it even includes the playground, getting it installed. I would urge the support of the trustees to go ahead and move forward on those two items, if not all three.
As I said, I'm not moving to withdraw anything from the consent agenda. I just wanted that point noted. I don't know if any other trustees have any comments about the consent agenda. If not, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Yes.
Moved by trustee Schmidt, second by trustee Wilkes. Any additional discussion? Okay, Ms. Ozinski, please.
Trustee Basket?
Yes.
President Feaster?
Yes.
Trustee Muhammad?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Wilkerson?
Yes.
And Trustee Wilkes?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And I believe that brings us down to number 13. Board action 13.1, Nixon Road DTE easement. Do we want someone to come forward to speak on that? Oh. All right. Okay. Is there a motion? Okay.
I'm sorry.
In our packet, there's a motion to adopt, the attached resolution to grant of easement approving the terms of the proposed DTE Electric Company underground easement right-of-way number 74998866, 74998892, and authorizing the district superintendent and or her designee to execute any documents on the district's behalf necessary to execute the grant of easement.
I would move that motion.
Moved by trustee Basket,
Second.
support by trustee Schmidt. Any discussion?
I think there was a question on easements. Is that current? Right?
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
Is this the appropriate time, Mr. Combs, to get the answer to that question?
He's got it.
Okay.
He's so ready.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Good evening. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I looked at the survey, which was an ALTA survey, which includes a title search. Therefore, easements that exist typically show up on these surveys. There is no easement for the DTE line currently, so no easement to vacate.
Fair. Thank you so much. All right. You have a question based on that?
Well, just for the clarity for the public, could you explain what an easement is, just for those folks who may not know?
I will try. I'm an architect, not a lawyer.
I took
But
notes.
it is effectively is a restriction on property granted to, in this case, a utility owner, so that you can't do certain things within the easement that would prohibit them from maintaining their instrument, which in this case is a buried wire. So you can't put a building on it. You can't. There are some things you can do and some things you can't do, and the easement is pretty explicit about that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
If I may, President
Yes,
Feaster.
trustee Baskin.
So to further clarify, this easement is needed to provide electricity, utility to our Clegg building project.
No.
No?
Sorry. This is an easement required because we are moving an existing overhead line that serves a building on our property that is not for us. It's an AT&T building. Former boards, members granted an easement for this building. It serves the neighborhood AT&T basically has their switchboard in it. Tiny little shed on the corner of what was the church property. So I apologize. I mentioned the board before. This was a church property. The easement was granted to the church. When the district purchased the property, they also purchased the existing easement for this building, which does exist, but the power running to it didn't have an easement. The underground fiber to the building from AT&T does have an easement, and that easement is going to remain in place. So our project is requiring that the overhead power line be moved in order to facilitate things we want to do.
So again, it's to help our building.
Yeah, it's helping the project, but it's not feeding our buildings.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you for the
Yeah.
clarification. But again, it's something we need.
Absolutely.
And it
And we
seems
want.
to me as a no-brainer, if we don't get the easement, we don't get what we need.
Correct.
Okay, so, thank you.
Any additional discussion? Okay.
Thank you.
That was moved by Trustee Basquette, supported by Trustee Schmidt. There's no additional discussion. Ms. Ozinski, please.
Trustee Basquette?
Yes.
President Feaster?
Yes.
Trustee Mohammed?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Wilkerson?
Yes.
Trustee Wilkes?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And I believe that brings us down to 13.2, settlement agreement. Our packet has a motion to adopt the attached resolution to approve settlement agreement, approving the terms of the proposed settlement agreement in case number 23 CV 12259 MFL KGA, filed in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan, and authorizing the district superintendent or her designee to execute any documents on the district's behalf necessary to execute the settlement agreement. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Schmidt. Is there support?
Second?
Support by Trustee Wilkes. Any discussion? Seeing none, it's been moved by Trustee Schmidt, supported by Trustee Wilkes. There's no discussion. Ms. Ozinski, please.
Trustee Basquette?
Yes.
President Feaster?
Yes.
Trustee Mohammed?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Wilkerson?
No.
And Trustee Wilkes?
No.
Motion carries.
I believe that brings us down to number 14, item for agenda planning. Do trustees have any items they'd like to have added to the agenda? Seeing none,
Oh, I do.
Trustee Wilkes?
Items for agenda planning. Wow, we've moved so quickly. Oh my goodness.
Don't jinx it.
So if it's the will of the board, I would like for us to possibly examine how our board committees are in alignment with our board goals. Doesn't necessarily have to be at the next meeting, but I would like for us to sort of re-examine that, just to sort of make sure we're on the same page and going in the right direction.
I see Trustee Schmidt's hand.
Yeah, actually, the retreat that we have, and all of you received an email and confirmation on September 28th, that is one of the agenda items. One is looking at a check-in with the superintendent, one is setting board goals, and one is looking at our committee structure and related to how that all works together. So your suggestion is timely.
Perfect. Thank you, Trustee Smith.
Yep.
So, am I understanding that we will discuss it at the retreat and then decide if we need to bring it forward on the agenda? Is that the order? Okay. Any comments on that? Any other item for agenda planning? Seeing none, I believe that brings us down to number 15, items from the board. Do trustees have anything they would like to share? Trustee Wilkerson.
I would just like to state, it's that time of year, all of our families are coming back. Our, district administration, our teachers have been, putting in a lot of effort, our capital bonds team, and all the workers that are getting the schools ready. I just want to acknowledge, how impactful and important that work is, and I know it's a big push in August, so I just want to recognize that really quick.
Thank you, Trustee Wilkerson.
Thank you.
Are there any other items from the board?
I just wanted to add, the superintendent Parks and the team arranged for some of us to actually go out and examine some of the school stages, just for some of us who haven't had an opportunity to see a lot of the different schools and the stages. And so I just wanted to thank, again, Superintendent Parks and the team for taking time out to do that. I know it was a couple hours, but thank you so much for carving out that time. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other item from the board trustees? All right, seeing none, I believe that brings us to number 16. Is there a motion to adjourn by voice vote?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wilkerson,
Second?
second by trustee Wilkes. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor to adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. It carries 6-0. We are adjourned at 7:55 p.m.
You bet.